Okay, let's record the video. Okay, let's record. Okay, let's record the video. Can you imagine that? Ducks seeing or hearing me. I don't know, like 500 meters from here. That's crazy. Through the forest. So I wanted to record the video without editing, and mostly went about poultry and livestock research and what people using anecdotal evidence and don't know anything basically. But I have a week full of audits this week, and every 2-3 days it's a new company, and every time the company's management of this company what I'm auditing, they ask me about Stryker hacking incident and what I think about that. And I was thinking, what I usually see all those ransomware, data breach and hacking incidents unraveling in real time, and usually the announcement about that we only see publicly 6-9 months, if ever, in the public. So, but those one I cannot talk about because they are my clients and I bind by NDA agreements. But Stryker is not, so I can talk about that. And I did some research. There is a lot of investigators who kind of like do the reverse engineering of events. And as an auditor who saw many cases of that, I can read between lines. So I can tell you what's happening. So the Stryker is the medical device company who producing 60% of devices, tools, saving lives. Don't really know the production line, but it's medical devices. And 40% is orthopedic surgery devices. I think they also have some kind of like a robotic manipulators, like surgeon, robotic surgeon, and something like that. So what I can tell about the manufacturing activities, they definitely have to have medical device ISO certification. It's must, and they're supposed to have AI certification and security for the IT part, for the software part. So they stated on their website what they have security certification, but because there is no PDF, I think they don't. Because usually when company have ISO certification, they want to kind of brag about that, and they're showing all documentational evidence what they have it, because it's kind of hard to get, and there is a lot of companies manufacturing, even the company who providing security software, they're saying on their website, we're highly secure, we're taking security very seriously, we're using AI responsibly, and do not provide any business assurance, any third-party evidence like audit or certification. So this word means nothing, absolutely nothing. If they do not provide evidence, it means they don't have anything. Don't trust them. So what about Stryker? Stryker, they had a security incident in 2024, which is kind of serious one. They had a data breach, PII leak, and in 2026, I think it was 11th of March. So this is why I decided to record the video. I don't want to do the kind of the fact checking or going into details and saying, oh, that was the date, that was the date, because we all know only from the public leak, public investigation, so it's still not kind of proven, not confirmed. So I will be going through the theories, and we'll be going through kind of reading between lines what actually happening there. I'm just thinking I probably will climb to the handstand and will be recording video from there. I hope I will not fall with that camera. Oh my goodness, my son will yell at me if he saw how I did that. Okay, I will hide the camera first. I will not be turning it off, so you can still hear me. And that should be 3 points of contact. 2 hands, at least 1 feet. And okay, I am here. Security, safety. Okay, I'm done. So you see, this way I'm sitting. The beautiful, oh my goodness, what a beautiful weather. Okay, so the Stryker incident. It was March 11, I think, and on a March 11, they experienced the leak of privilege access rights, privilege access password, and in 3 hours, 80,000 of devices were wiped out. And if you can imagine the company who does manufacturing and research and development, they have a lot of very expensive work hours, a lot of assets, which is really hard to evaluate on those computers. And they probably will not be telling anything about the real financial damage. We will see it with time, but it just after those first week, they stock value dropped in 3%. And they kind of like don't have any competitors, like serious competitors in this market. So it's not like, I don't know, the car company, what has plenty of other competitors who will take this place in a few days. So the interesting part is what I'm reading between the lines. Company has stolen privilege access rights, means password, what has admin access to accounts, and those admin access rights were stolen long time ago, like a year ago, and the fact is what those passwords weren't changed through that time, telling me and all other investigators what it's systemic mistake. So it's not just mistake what the passwords were leaked to the darknet and were sold to hackers. It's saying what the passwords not only leaked, but also they haven't been changed for a really long time. And looking at the company security evidence, what they provided to internet, something like a penetration test, they bought the Vault, what secure passwords, I can clearly see what they have a lot of security people. They have 170 people in a company who has different security certification. And this different security certification, they're all technical from all different sides. So those technical people, it's more like, you know, this story when there is several old wise men blindfolded, and they touching elephant and saying what the animals is, and every one who touching different part of the elephant, they describing different animal, but they don't see the big picture. So the same with tech security people. They have certification, but they concentrating only on their particular area. So they don't see the picture overall. And if company doesn't have ISO or any other management system certification, it means the management is in denial. They don't want to see the big picture. They are probably saying, oh, we outsource it in a very good tech people, and they have everything under control. So they just don't want to go deep into understanding of the problem. And because they don't want to go deep into understanding of the problem, it's kind of like infantile approach, not mature, trying to outsource resolving of the problem. So because the approach to this problem is kind of outdated for 10 or 15 years, it's usually the very outdated company who's saying what the security is not their problem, and it's been solved by either third-party consulting or by the tech people. It's mean what they will have that serious issues sooner or later, especially with AI now integrated in every single software and every single part of the business life, of the personal life. And people who still think what security, data breach and AI, it's the technical problem and can be solved by outsourcing to the kind of genius tech specialist, they behind like a 10-15 years in resolving those problems. So this is why I can see that clearly in the companies who implementing management system certification and management system certification, management system audit. If you adding value, if you're integrating them into business, it's not the pleasant side in the for the company, because auditing management system, it's auditing management. It's not auditing people, it's auditing processes and how those processes been established. So the management don't like to be audited. And this is the main problem. So usually the stakeholders or big customers, they insisting on that. They're leveraging that company to go to the third-party assurance, because it's way easier to kind of outsource the problem and think that somebody else will resolve it, who you're paying big money. So it's never work like that. And this what I see really often in all different audits. So the great company, the company who kind of looking in the future and doing right thing, they integrating management system from the point of holistic approach. So they look at that as a system, which include the management, making right decision, establishing right objectives, they spending money wisely on the good thing, from managing vendors, managing supply chain, freelancers, contractors, from setting up goals on 5-10 years ahead, to the looking at all details of hiring process, operational processes, and to the performance evaluation perspective. Performance evaluation, it's audit, penetration test, internal audits, risk assessment. So all these aspects are part of one management system. And in that case, when you're auditing those companies, they usually capturing almost all the problem in the internal performance evaluation review. But the bad approach, the worst approach, it's then companies spending huge money on one tech security specialist who, with the narrow view, they're trying to promote one magic button or one magic software, saying, oh, if we pay for that software, we will be golden, we will resolve all our problem and keep paying my salary, bonuses, and all kind of stuff. That's a bad approach, because when they will have serious problem, they will pay even more to the third-party consultant. They will pay even more to other magical software, other magical solution with AI integrated, what resolve all problem, but they still be blindfolded. They still will not see the system as a whole. So that is absolutely kind of wasting money and denial of the problem approach. So what happened with Stryker? They had kind of problem, security issue in 2024. What demonstrated what they don't have the systemic approach, and instead to implement that, they bought a very expensive software, what storing passwords, vault software, but it will not resolve the problem by itself, because if you have 66 plus sites and global offices around the world, you have a lot of weak points if you're not approaching the problem as a systemic approach. So I hope they will look more sober on the situation and they will resolve it, because it's very damaging for manufacturing company comparing to the software development company, because they have the tangible goods, they have the tangible prototype testing. So you can imagine to build something, to build some devices what has the hardware and software. Company should go through the research and development, build the prototype, test this prototype on the safety, get the certification for that product before they even start selling that. So it's a huge investment, and it's usually going for 2-3 years, and lose all that. It's pretty serious financial damage for the company. They still can sell old kind of products, but the new products in the development, they can be either completely lost, or it's throw them back for 3-4 years of development. And these kind of can cause the real serious damage for the situation. So what conclusion would be that long kind of case study? The security problem, it's all company problem. Even small companies, even real estate company, even company who are baking breads, because you still handle customers' data. You still storing somewhere customers' data, home addresses, their names, surnames, maybe the kid's name, birthday if you're baking cakes, and small mortgage broker companies. It's all related to you. If you're using some product or what integrate AI into that, you have to understand how AI doing that, what the software development doing, or what security or business assurance they should provide you. And you have to understand how they're using data, how you have to use data of your customers. And to understand where the world is moving with clouds, AI, data, and everything, you need to be in that particular community. You need to talk to people who in that area of expertise for many years. You need to understand where the world is going. Don't think what it's all technical. It's not the technical at all for the last 10, 15 years. And all those people, they see already what problem we will have in the 10, 15 years. So you need to be up to date. You need to be up to speed with all this information. So what I recommend you is to find local community